Hello, my loves, and welcome back. So today I'm talking to you about the sacral chakra, and I'm going to share with you how it can become unbalanced, why it's crucial if you've got a multi-cat home to pay attention to this chakra, and some really simple yet effective ways that you can help your cat to balance this energy center. So if you haven't already subscribed to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell to get notifications of my new releases so you can help your cat with every video. So before I get started, let me just say everything that I'm sharing with you today is in my cat chakra book. Okay, you can get a signed copy from my website, naturallycats.co.uk. So I will give you an overview of the chakra today, but if you want more information, if you want to delve deeper into this topic, be sure to get yourself a signed copy of the book from my website. Okay, so let's dive in. So the sacral chakra is where a cat's sense of identity sits, okay? And if you're not sure what chakras are, be sure to check out my other video, and I'll pop a link below that tells you what they are and how they impact your cat. So the sacral chakra is where the cat is the cat that it is, okay? Now, by that, I mean, if you've got expectations of your cat, if you want them to be a certain way, it can cause an imbalance in this area. So every cat is unique. We know this. Every human is unique. Every cat is unique. And with the sacral chakra, it's really about being able to support the cat in their uniqueness with the sentient being that they are as an individual. This is why it can be compromised if you've got a multi-cat home, because we, and I include myself in this, we have expectations of cats. You know, one cat has a healthy appetite. We want them all to have a healthy appetite. One cat gives us lap cuddles. We want all our cats to give us lap cuddles. Like, who wouldn't? But it's important for us to recognize that every cat is unique and to remember that, because when we have expectations of our cats, we can inadvertently and not on purpose, but we can cause an imbalance in the sacral chakra. Also, it's important to note that if your cat has been spayed or neutered, they are also likely to have an imbalance in this area. So, yes, there is a whole debate about should you spay and neuter, and whether you agree or disagree. This is not the kind of video for that. But just think about if your cat has had that operation, their physical body has changed. Okay. And therefore, their energetics will have changed. So it's important, if your cat has ever been spayed or neutered, to again give them the option to balance this energy center. I'm going to share more with you in just a minute about how you can give them options to do that. So with the sacral chakra, it can be really easy to support your cat with this area. So, for example, like play. As much as we say we know that cats need to have play, even if you've got an outside cat, play between a cat and their guardian is a really crucial way to cover so many things, to balance their energy, to provide them mental stimulation, to give them emotional health and balance, and to build your relationship with them. So the sacral chakra is also connected to joy. Okay, and think about how much fun you both have when you're playing with your cat. Now, I don't mean if you've got the telly on or you're kind of looking at your phone and you're just like wiggling a wand toy. You know, the sacral chakra is about being present, and it's about understanding that your cat is a unique being, a sentient being. They thrive on connection with us, and being really present with them is a very simple yet powerful way to offer them connection and support in this area. Okay. So that's two things I've mentioned already. Your expectations of your cat. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, and notice if you have expectations of your cat, because if you do, you may be causing an imbalance in their sacral. And the second is play. So bring in play to help your cat, and know that it will create a beautiful bond between the two of you. So I'm just going to pause there for a second, and I'd love to ask you to come into the comments. Do you have a multi-cat home? Do you know about energy and chakras? You know, have the tips that I've shared with you so far, how have they resonated with you? So come into the comments and let me know. So let's talk a little bit about what does a sacral chakra that's in balance look like. So this is where the cat will be very confident. Okay, they're very self-assured. They may have a little bit of swagger as they're walking around the house, but it means that they can engage and create joy. So they can play with you. They can play with other cats in the home. They're not hiding away. They're not having issues with food. They've got a healthy appetite. They may even show kitten type behaviors regardless of their age. So it's about them being able to connect with joy, to also be themselves. So if you've got a cat that is able to display normal cat behaviors, they will show you that the sacral chakra is in balance because they are who they are, and they're okay with that. And it's not being diminished in any way. So how can we tell it if a cat's sacral chakra is out of balance? So this is where a cat may be overly emotional. They might have anxiety when you leave the house. They may be kind of overly attached to you. Now, don't get me wrong. I love having cuddles with my boys. And there is a space to look at, is the cat very needy with you? Okay. Because if they're needy with you, they're not confident, balanced, and grounded in themselves. There may be excessive vocalization, and there may be this lack of boundaries. So it could be that do you have a cat that when you go to the toilet, they follow you? Do they walk with you all around the house? Do they literally need you by their side every minute of every day? If they are like that, it's likely that they're going to have a sacral imbalance. You might also have a cat that is inappropriately urinating around the home. So don't forget, every chakra is connected to different parts of the body. Okay, now it's pretty obvious, as I've said, about being spayed and neutered. The sacral is connected to the reproductive organs, but it's also connected to the bladder and the kidneys. So if your cat is inappropriately weeing around the house, take a moment. Yes, consider the number of litter trays, etc., but also consider if they have an energetic imbalance. Don't forget that when we look at our cats, what we see is the behavior. That is almost like the symptom of the energetic or emotional imbalance that sits underneath what we actually see. So there's a bit of an example about imbalance and out of balance. Now let's talk a little bit about what else you can do. So I've already mentioned before in the video about the root chakra about color therapy. The color associated with the sacral chakra is orange. So put orange around your house, different shades, different types, pieces of paper, pieces of fabric, t-shirts, scarves, whatever you can get your hands on. Don't put it in the cat bed, okay? Make sure that you are putting it somewhere separate so the cat has a choice as to whether they work with it or not, and give them the option, okay? We don't know what the cat needs, only the cat knows what it needs to heal. Something else I'm going to talk about today is crystals. So crystals all have their own unique frequency and they have their own healing properties. So again, there's more information on this in the book. But remember, when it comes to chakras, the color that is associated with each chakra is important. So for the sacral, we're thinking about orange chakras, okay? Orange jasper, calcite, carnelian, beautiful crystals to support your cat's energetic center in their sacral space. So again, don't put them in the bed, don't put them in the food. Yes, you can make tinctures with water. You can put the crystal in the water if they are, if it's the type of crystal you can do that with. Check your information online. But make sure your cat's always got a clear water source available. So with the crystals, make sure they're cleansed and cleaned and put them down. And again, there's more information in the book about how to do that. And just give your cat a choice. One of the most important elements when it comes to the sacral chakra is the cat having a sense of autonomy. It's about the cat being able to do what they need to do and being able to have that choice. So if you haven't already watched the root chakra, again, video, I'll pop a link below. Remember, the root chakra is about being grounded and feeling safe in their environment. If that chakra is out of balance, then you come up to the sacral and they're feeling anxious and needy. We've got a cat that is very unaligned, okay? They're going to look to us for a lot of support. And actually, we are able to use tools to give them the energetic and emotional support that they need to be happy, healthy, and well. So I'm going to pause it there for today. I don't want to give you too much information and overload you. Like I said, everything that I've mentioned is in the Cat Chakra book, okay? You can get a signed copy from my website, naturallycats.co.uk. And if you haven't already signed up to my newsletter, again, I'll pop a link below. You get the first chapter for free, okay? So as a thank you for joining the Naturally Cats community, you can get the first chapter of the book for free and see how it resonates with you. I've put in here so much information about each of the 7 chakras. The second part of the book is completely dedicated to them. I also talk with you about what energy is, how you can balance it within your cat, and how you can give them a choice with crystals, with herbs, with essential oils, with color therapy, and with so much more to balance their core energy centers. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to come into the comments and let me know what's resonated for you. And don't forget to get your signed copy of the book from my website. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.